Hey, hi guys. Yeah, thanks Moonbeam for having me in such an amazing event. I've seen a lot of amazing upcoming multi-chain projects that brings together the Polkadot and Ethereum ecosystem, and it is our pleasure to be part of the ecosystem. And let me quickly give my intro to you guys. My name is Yeung. I'm responsible for the product growth and development of the Convergence Protocol. I was an analyst at IBM working on institutional grade healthcare solutions. Afterwards, I have started my own startup ventures and also started with some different token investments, of course. Later in 2018, I joined Liquify and built the leading security token issuance platform in Asia. The issuance platform has tokenized various assets, including the private company, the rural assets, venture capital funds, and even more. At first in Liquify, we want to be the next generation of the investment bank. We want to do something really revolutionary by utilizing the blockchain technology and have the digital representations of the ownership of the assets, actually. However, me and my partner, the other co-founder, have witnessed the security token offering still couldn't really unlock the liquidity from the assets owner and not really bringing the actual different exposures to the investors. So from there, we move on to Convergence. And we have seen there are three main reasons, basically, why security tokens still cannot serve its main purpose. First of all, is the timing of the market. Timing is always the largest contributor to the reason startup to be succeed. The market 2 years ago, as you guys can know, it wasn't as bullish as now. And the second main reason is the high barrier of entry of security token. It is fairly tough for investors to proceed all the KYCs and financial background check before doing the investment. While in the crypto world, all the market is changing in every split of a second. Right? And third main point is because of the long lockup period of the security token. To another word, the long lockup period is actually bringing another lockup for the liquidity for the owner, which is basically not helping the entire situation at all. Wait till we see the DeFi inspiration. We know it is time for us to pivot. For now, you may ask, hey, so what are you guys trying to achieve from Convergence, right? The problem of Convergence is trying to solve is the lack of the access of alternative investment, I would say. We're the first to make the real world assets and the VC exposures interchangeable in the DeFi space. We connect these exposures with utility tokens on a single interface that we are trying to do it as easy as possible to use, to adapt and composable with other DeFi protocol, of course. Imagine in the world that we can tokenize the pre-IPO companies, tokenize the SAFT, tokenize NFT, and along with our wrapper module, and make it accessible to the DeFi space. And it's just basically swapping your Dogecoin with your NBA Top Start, and even your Glimmer tokens with your SpaceX shares in the future, and you just name it. And we all know that not all investors are born to be equal. That's a sad but true fact in the global investment marketplace. But if you were a regular individual investor, the market only provides limited options to you, and you will never be able to trade as like accredited investor or venture capitalist because of the high barrier that I mentioned just now. Convergence here trying to offer a special product suite to facilitate not just for the assets owner, but also for the DeFi investor as well. From here, you can have a look with by leveraging this product suite. Convergence can provide the private sale tokens of new crypto projects, fractional NFT and tokenized SAF, and even more. A field that has been exclusively for private investor and crypto VCs. We can solve this with just basically starting with the Convergence O, which is an offering platform that enable assets owner to set their subscription price here and for their assets tokens, along setting up with the corresponding pools in the Convergence pool suite. A portion of the tokens issued in the offering platform will be reserved for the Convergence Financial Protocol to seed for liquidity for Convergence X, which is the AMM on the right top corner here. just like other Polkastarter and other Launchpad, they have done a really great job on launching their different crypto tokens. And Convergence here will be in specific with launching with some unique assets and some real world assets. And what after issuance is always the secondary market and the liquidity for the trader. And the AMM here from Convergence X will provide the solution for DeFi users to have a trading rate here. And AMM leaders like Uniswap is doing a great job on creating the decentralized platform for trading between tokens. And what Convergence here is trying to take one step further and allow users to swap in between something that they can really cash out for. So along with the buyback mechanism in the future, the ERC20 token can actually redeem for the underlying assets. And that will be concluded in Convergence X. And also in terms of the composability of the entire DeFi protocols, Convergence pools will allow users to provide liquidity to the ecosystem in Convergence and also receive the trading fee in return. Additionally, when conf holder or conf LP holders can stake their own token in return to receive the conf rewards and based on the specific pool rate, and try to gather all the DeFi protocols together and form more farming route for DeFi investors. Last but not least, as it is a DeFi protocol, Convergence is managed by a decentralized community of conf token holders and delegate their proposal and the vote on upgrade to the protocol. Convergence style will be further developed and to automate the organizational governance and decision making. Just like 1 year ago, ETH was just around like $200 US, you guys can know, and based on the public adoption and the different acting from the financial instruments, no doubt ETH is a good investment, but not quite as user-friendly for the decentralized application. And of course, for the actual use case. So I think for DeFi applications should always be easy to use. Congestion and transaction fees should never be the barrier for interacting between the DeFi application. Then we decide to be one of the committed projects to build on Moonbeam within a fast-growing and scalable layer 1.5 chain to proceed. And here's what you can expect Convergence to build on Moonbeam in the future. And you guys can have a quick look on our Convergence X, which is just launched on co-founder TestNet. And we have another version on the Moonbase Alpha to have a look. So basically on the left-hand side, when users comes in, they can have a look with the actual trading graph. Since we are trading with special assets, lots of assets are actually trading in. We are doing a price discovery for the actual assets right here, and we have built a graph right here to gather all the information at the same time to provide a trading view to investors to have a look before they trade, along with 24 hours high, 24 hours low, and 24 hours volume as well. On the right-hand side, we can have a look with the swap panel. We can do a drop down right here to do a swapping in between tokens. And let's say when we are trying to swap the developer tokens on the Moonbase Alpha with the Convergence tokens here, we can basically just put in 25% right here of my available balance, and then we can proceed to a swap right here. After the confirmation on the MetaMask, and we're just pending to have the transaction broadcast on the Moonbeam network, and we'll just take a second of it to wait till the confirmation is done. And at the same time, our designer and tech team has put special efforts on first developing the dark mode of the products in order to have more feel and easier to use for most of the users. Right here, we also can add the token on the MetaMask right here by clicking yes. At the same time, when we're having a look with the Uniswap and SushiSwap, all we find difficulties is on how do we retrieve the history, and users commonly like commenting on how do they really check back the history. It's hard for them to go to the MetaMask and see. And we have built a special panel here for the trading history. And you can see all the approval and also the details of each trading at which rate here, and trying to cater lots of not just DeFi users, but also some newcomers from the traditional space. When we click View Details right here, we can direct to the Explorer and see the transaction has done here, and then along with the announce and transaction fee, of course. And more product suites will be coming along, and we're expecting to build more on Moonbeam and be the first AMM on Moonbeam as well. And that's basically our thoughts on Moonbeam. And thanks for having us. Thank you guys.
Cool. So we have a couple minutes left. If you guys have any questions, feel free to use the Ask a Question here at the bottom. I didn't have a chance to introduce myself at the beginning. My name is Katie. I run marketing. I will be emceeing the events in the end user track today. So if you have any questions, again, feel free to pop them in the chat. The next two talks coming up will be linear finance in the end user chat and the in the end user track, and Biconomy in the technical track. For those who haven't used Crowdcast before, you can go to the top of the screen where it says schedule and toggle over to those two chats I just mentioned. And also the recordings will be available right after. So you can go to the same link and access everything Ivan just showed you, or switch over to the other track that you weren't able to make and check that out as well. So unless anyone has any questions, we'll wrap it up here and see you in the next one.